Hey, welcome back to the channel. The sun is just now coming up. It's a beautiful day. It's about 50 degrees outside, so it's a bit of a cool day. Debbie beat me out the door this morning, so the barn cats have already been fed. All the chores have been done. She's out walking the trail somewhere in the woods, getting some exercise in. That's her new thing lately, is to get up and start getting some exercise. Now that her foot is healing, she needs to be working that to make sure that it continues to heal properly. It's going to be a big day. We made a lot of messes this past few days. We're going to dig into that. We had a couple auctions we went to. I think we got to go to one today. I have to check the calendar. But first, I need a cup of coffee. Hey, the coffee's brewing. We'll have that up in my hand here in a second. I got to tell you a story, though. So, we organized the eBay. Actually, when I say we, I started doing a little workout here. Debbie came in, took over, and did a far better job than what I would do. Everything's organized out here now in bins, which is perfect. We can see what's in here. She touched every item that was out here and listed in our store. Gave it all custom SKUs. Found a new home for it so that it's easier to locate, which is awesome. It's made things go so much easier the past few days. That being said, we touched everything in the store.
Must you touch everything?
And yesterday, I was working on finishing up some of the Jeep parts, which they're not done yet, but I was still listing some windows, some door surrounds, things like that for Jeep JKs. And in the middle of me listing things, the field for weight and dimensions, all of that within eBay just disappeared.
It disappeared.
And I'll show you really quick the field I'm talking about. So when you do an eBay listing, it's this field right here. Standard shipping, right? This is my business policy that I created just recently. So what happened was those fields disappeared. They just weren't in existence.
They vanished.
So without being able to put in weights and measures, I couldn't calculate shipping, which means I couldn't do listings. What I then discovered was it didn't just affect new listings. Everything old in the store, everything that had already been listed, was missing all of its weights and measures.
They're just gone.
So it took a series of chat sessions with eBay to try to figure out what was going on.
I'm setting up a chat session.
When the first chat session I had, somehow they corrected the problem. And I was back in business for about an hour, and then they disappeared again.
Gone.
Second chat session I had. Chat session is hard to say. The agent for eBay suggested I delete all of my business policies. And business policies are kind of what drive the store. They drive shipping information, all kinds of different things, return policies, things like that. And I created all those business policies 26 years ago, with some tweaks since then, but they've been in there a long time. I argued with the guy and said, if I delete those, they're gone forever. And he was like, no, they're not gone forever. So I deleted them because he told me that would fix my problem.
It'll be all right, trust me.
It didn't fix my problem, and I lost all my business policies for 26 years. So our store was shut down.
We're closed!
For a little bit, it was shut down. I left it. It came back to life, so I turned it back on. I had told the chat agent my concern was something big would be purchased, and they'd want to ship it, and the shipping details wouldn't be there, and I'd be upside down on shipping, where the shipping would cost more than the item itself. He assured me that wouldn't happen.
You know what? It's not gonna happen.
And it happened.
I know it! I know this would happen!
A set of door surrounds for a Jeep JK, which is a 4-door Jeep, and it's the plastic surrounds that go around the doors of the Jeep to hold the top on. They sold. And they sold to an individual in France.
France?
We come from France.
France is a bit of a hike from Indiana. So the shipping, if you can imagine, was tremendous. And so typically when we ship internationally, we ship through eBay's clearinghouse internationally. So it goes to a location in Illinois, just outside Chicago.
Chicago? Chicago.
And they sort and ship and handle all the custom stuff from that location for, and you can choose not to use that. And you can choose to do your own thing and just ship direct and deal with customs with the U.S. Postal Service. And that's what happened on this. So normally, again, my business policies directed through eBay's clearinghouse in Chicago. And since my policies were all messed up and somebody in France wanted something, it wanted me to ship straight to France. Now, I haven't done customs forms in it's probably been 20 years that we stopped doing that on eBay, that we stopped shipping internationally ourselves. I don't want to do that. I mean, I remember it being a pain. There's a lot of forms to fill out.
Without filling out a 27B/6 bloody paperwork.
Which is great that eBay does that for us. But nonetheless, the store was messed up. So yesterday morning I got on the phone with, I guess it took 2 days. So yesterday morning I got on the phone and spoke to a live agent as opposed to a chat agent. And it wasn't a chat bot, it was an actual person, pretty sure, that I was dealing with previously. Anyway, I spoke to a live agent yesterday.
Secret Agent 372536.
We canceled that order to France, regrettably, because I hate canceling something that somebody wanted. I didn't get a strike for the cancel because it wasn't my fault.
It's not my fault.
The store was limping along yesterday morning after that call. We got a lot of things straightened out. I recreated all my business policies so that things in the store could ship properly. And that took some time. So probably about midday, towards the end of the day, we probably had 90% of the store operational again. And then there were still items that were in that database on the eBay side. I couldn't edit. I couldn't fix the shipping information on it. So last night, I was able to delete those items. So I was able to end the listing. Let's say it that way. So I did that. Sold similar, which gave me access, gave me the fields back. But I had to do them one by one.
One by one. Repair them.
So this inventory's been touched a lot. We know what's here. We know what's not here. I can tell you that. We also found a bunch of stuff that was just not in the store anymore. For example, this guy, this JVC camcorder. It somehow disappeared from the store. We had at one time a whole lot of these Apollo glasses.
And Apollo's gone.
Somehow we ended up with just one in our inventory, and it was no longer listed in the store. So we have a bunch of stuff like that, a lot of little things that we got to go through today. And I realized it's dark at this end of the room. We got to go through the day and get those relisted. Some other things on the agenda today. Step out here real quick, and then I do really need to find my cup of coffee.
Coffee's not really my specialty.
I don't even know if I'm going to even be able to embark upon this table today. But this is a mess from our organization stuff that we've been doing. It's just a pile of boxes. The Jeep stuff, it's getting smaller. You can actually see the tarp under the floor, and we're going to try to address that a little bit. And we picked up a bunch of music stuff, albums. And a lot of these albums are pre-World War I kind of albums. They're pretty cool. And it's not just single vinyl pieces, but there are albums of albums, as you can see right here. So I need to go through that. There were also a bunch of 8-track tapes and cassettes that were picked up with this, and you see the trailer is full of these things. We secured them better on our drive. This has exploded. That's why there's boxes over there. We kind of unloaded in the trailer. It's in a enclosed building, so it's safe to do that in here. In any case, we need to go through all that stuff. So we got a lot of things on our plate to accomplish in the next day or two. A lot more listings to go in the store. Still some more organizational cleanup to be done. And some pretty cool albums, I think. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to tell you, I realize this is going on for a bit, but I went to another auction yesterday. We've sold a lot of those magazines, those People magazines, the Ebony magazines, Essence magazines, things like that. So we have a trunk full more of magazines.
Magazines! Here! Magazines!
You know, people want to see them, people want to buy them. I figured I'd go get some more of those. So that's what we did. And we have those to list, and I need to get those out of the trunk and get those secure. Right now they're safe in the trunk, so that's where they're going to stay. And you remember that cup of coffee I said I wanted? Yeah, so now I'm going to go get it.
Eternity later.
Well, I told you it was going to be a busy day today, and it has been, and I didn't take you along on the journey, but I can tell you we made a huge dent in this music area today. We also, if you remember, there were a huge pile of boxes over here on the floor. They're all gone. Debbie has, she broke down all the boxes.
She had a breakdown.
We threw some away, and we kept some because we like recycled boxes for some things. There are some sizes we just don't buy, and we don't use them frequently. That's why we don't buy them. But if we break them down, we'll keep them, because when we have those odd needs, and they're here on the shelf, when we have those odd needs, that's when we pull out those odd sizes. So that's what a recycled box is for.
Is that what it's for? Yes.
Debbie cleaned up, we had some bins out here that were storing a few items, and she has moved those items to some larger bins. That is not their permanent home. That is merely their for the time being until we find a new place for those.
They know where they're going.
There's also a box missing from up here. We sold a Jeep part. It was a rear window for a Jeep that is scheduled to go out UPS. It is right there. It is a large box. It is scheduled to go out UPS Monday. Today is a Saturday. And that music stuff that I was working on is now occupying the bench temporarily. It is right here. You can see these are albums of albums. Actually, they're singles, two-sided singles, like a 45, but they're 78s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? 4? Yeah. There's 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 of those. Total value, I've researched. This is what takes all day. I researched every one of these, and in the back of each of these albums is a spreadsheet and a breakdown of what the going rate is for each of the records inside these albums. This particular one, if I was to sell them individually, those records, they total up to $119.
That sounds expensive.
I think we're going to sell these books of records for half the price of their individual value, hoping that as a group they'll move a little faster. So they're roughly all about the same price, in that $100 range, maybe a little bit more. So let's say $50, right? So there's 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, $550.
What did you pay for it?
We paid $40 for that trailer full of albums, and there's a piece of furniture, if you noticed, underneath those records, CDs, and 8-track cassettes. Oh, and cassettes, audio cassettes. So there's a mixture of music in there. And again, we paid $40 for all that, along with the cabinet that it all came in. And I think we've got about $500 worth of records sitting on the counter. So that's not a bad turnaround. I think that's a good return if we can just get it boxed up and get it out and get it listed. And
is this the hardest part, would you say, or does that come later?
I'll tell you, the hardest part is doing the research and sitting down and putting all that in a spreadsheet, because I think that's what scares a lot of people when it comes to doing that kind of work, is that they look at it and go, oh my gosh, there's going to be some effort and I just can't flip it. You're right. This isn't just a easy flip. It takes a little time to do the research and get that done. So I've been sitting at the computer all dang day getting that work done. And we found one record that's worth $200. So we'll get that listed out there too. So what are we at now? $700 on a $40 investment. That's not too shabby, as they say. And I think that'll do it for today. This is going to be a twofer video.
A twofer!
Monday, the plan is for these big bins, why I'm saying they're here temporarily, is that Debbie is going to pull all the items out of these, go back in the store, put them in the smaller clear bins, the items that are in these, put them in the smaller clear bins that are in the eBay office, and make sure that they have the proper SKU in the store. So again, a lot of organization, but it'll pay off. It really will. And that's activity in the store. I don't know how it works with the eBay algorithm, but for some reason, even if you're not listing, if you're in there moving things around on the shelf and changing your SKUs out, it seems like our sales go up. So she'll go in there and poke around in the store, and sales will increase on Monday. So, well, that'll wrap it up for today. We'll catch you guys in the morning. Sure is a pretty morning. So we had one item sell in the store overnight. I think it was a milk glass goblet of some kind. We'll get that packaged up this morning. We had an item sell last night as well. It was a clock radio, Emerson clock radio. It's already packaged up, ready to go to the post office. And of course, we had that Jeep Wrangler soft top window that was part of all that Jeep stuff we got. It's already packaged up and ready to go to UPS today. So Debbie's going to make all those delivery runs. Oh, wow. The moon is huge this morning. I'd show it to you, but it's kind of hidden by trees and all kinds of... Not sure the camera would pick it up. Anyway, I need to get a cup of coffee in me and get this day started. So this is what sold in the store overnight. It is a vintage Anchor Hocking white milk glass pointed dot dash hobnail. And if you see, there's a dot dash. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there, dots, which are the hobnails. And then there's some dashes right there. Pretty cool little goblet. That's going to go out in today's mail. Just talked to Debbie. So, and if you haven't guessed, it's not Sunday because the mail is going out today. It's Monday. Yesterday was a big day. We did a lot of things yesterday. We got caught up on some of those albums, those 78s. But today I hope to get the majority of them listed and get them online. So let me get this packaged up and we'll get it out the door. Hey, so a big shout out to Sean. Forgot your name for a second, Sean.
They say that memory is the second thing to go.
And what's the first?
I can't remember.
Sean's in Clayton, New Jersey, so thanks for buying that hobnail goblet, Sean. We really appreciate it. And again, Debbie's going to get that out to the post office today.
I think the post office is closed right now.
We still have a couple hours before my real gig starts at the other end of the room, so I want to get caught up on a few things in the store. I'm going to delist my 10 items. List is similar and get that done with, even though the entire store has been refreshed due to the debacle the other day.
It was working and you guys just messed it up. Okay?
Anyway, we're gonna go through there and do our 10 just because it's part of my ritual. And then I'm going to edit a little bit of video this morning before I jump into the albums again. I got to tell you, it's a bit of tedious work. I think I've got 11 of those in total to go through. And there's about 12 records per album. So I got you guys do the math on that. It's too early for me to figure that out. So anyway, I'm going to get on to my listings, delistings, and maybe we'll see Debbie today. She keeps popping in here, but I'm not rolling any video when she comes in. She's doing her devotions right now. She's already gone to a friend's house this morning and done their workout. So a friend of hers has workout equipment in their barn, and she goes over there and exercise machines. She goes over there and does a workout in the morning. So it's bright and early and get things done, right? So I'm going to get on with this, and I'll check back in with you guys in just a bit. Well, 12 hours later, it has been a bit of a longish day. It warmed up a little in this room. When I got in here this morning, it was 65 degrees. It's because I didn't have the heat turned on. It was 42 degrees outside. Now I got a window open, which is awesome, and you can see the wonderful cornfield across the way.
Eat some corn!
But we got a nice breeze coming through here. It's 70 degrees outside, and it warms up pretty quick in this room. We're 75 degrees in here right now. But anyway, it's been a long day. The real gig took precedent, as it should and normally does. But during lunch break today, I was able to work on some of those 78 records that were in the trailer. As it turns out, don't know how much detail you really want on this, but these albums, there were 11 of these albums. Each of these holds 12 78 RPM records. The records date back to, I think the earliest we have is 1908. The latest is, I think, 1920.
Are there still forbidden subjects in 1920?
I've cataloged them all. I've put them all on a spreadsheet. I've researched them all. So I know exactly what's what and what is in what album. Where I can tell you I'm at so far is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 done. And those 6 are right there. They are bagged and tagged.
Bag it, tag it, get it back to the lab.
They are also listed. Those 6 that are tagged are listed. I'm currently in search of some boxes that they will fit in because I know they will sell. So I want to make sure that they're safe when they go out. These old shellac records, they can become brittle. We have tossed, I'm reaching into the trash can, we have tossed a few. And I feel real bad that we've tossed a few. But as I was digging through the pile, I did not break these. They were broken long ago. So in their sleeves, I would find all the pieces. And they're pretty, they're actually really strong, but if you hit them just right, obviously they don't withstand that kind of damage. And sadly, that has to go in the trash can. So a bit of history lost. And that's part of the charm of what it is we do, right? I feel like in some cases we're salvaging history a bit. But in any case, we got 6 of those done today, which is awesome. They are time consuming. eBay only allows 24 photos per listing. There are 12 records in each of those albums, and each record, aside from a few, each record has 2 sides. So 2 times 12 is 24. That eats up all my photos, which means that we don't actually get a photo of the album itself. But eBay allows us to put a video up. So each one of the listings also has a video. I turn through the pages of this, give an idea of what the book looks like. So we're trying to use all the resources. So that's 24 photos plus 1 video.
Pictures. Yes, lots of pictures.
It's a lot of work to get it done. And hopefully it's worth it. I know the payoff probably, if I was to break it down hourly, isn't what it should be. And I know that's probably what a lot of people will say is what your return on investment. I know a lot of eBayers out there like to put minimal in. They don't like to give large descriptions. They want to list, burn and churn as fast as they can, and I get that. That's how you make money.
Churning hunk of burning funk.
I like to look at it as more of a long haul, right? I want the buyer to know what it is they're getting, so I want to write good descriptions. I want to make sure everything's clean. I want to make sure it all works properly. I'll give you an example. We sold a tailgate bar for a Jeep TJ Wrangler last week, and the buyer got that. It was last Friday, I think. The buyer received the TJ bar today and went to install it. They were having issues with it. Thankfully, I know how a Jeep TJ bar works, and I know the part that I sent them very well. Not only did I research it, but I've got a Jeep TJ sitting out in the driveway as well with a similar bar in it. So they were having trouble installing it, so we were able to give them some assistance via chat back and forth, and hopefully they got that resolved today. I'm not there with them, so I trust that it all went fine.
My Jeep is totaled.
But anyway, in any case, I want to be able to sell things that we can talk about. I want to be able to sell things that I can support in some way. And if I can't support it and it doesn't work out, obviously we offer a return policy with full refund. And I offered that to the person who bought the TJ part too. I said, you know, if you get to the point where you just want to give up and send the bar back, you're more than welcome to. Just go through there and click return, and we'll be happy to take it, because I'm sure there's a TJ owner somewhere that is happy to have that bar.
This ain't no honky-tonk bar.
Debbie's done some work out here. She's done some more cleaning and organizing. She's got to go through bins and relist some things. She said she was going to get on that tomorrow. So I think that's her plan for tomorrow, is to go through bins, move some things around in the store. I want to finish up the last of those 78s tomorrow.
Those are all 78s? You play 78s?
But I can tell you that out here on the trailer, which I'm picking from, rather than unload, I just come out here and work from the trailer. There are quite a few 78s that are still out here, mostly from the rainbow label that we're seeing mostly of. There are a lot of regular albums that are out here as well. There's Tennessee Ernie Ford. A lot of 8-tracks, little Elvin Bishop action. And if you want a Perry Como Christmas, there's that one. But wait, call before midnight tonight and you can have 2. And we'll throw in some Ginsu knives for you as well. I think that's going to wrap it up for today. It's been a great day. It's been a long day. We got a lot accomplished. And we'll get a lot accomplished tomorrow as well. Maybe eventually we'll dig back into this, because this is just out here calling my name. And there's still the big old pile inside that of stuff that hasn't been listed in the eBay storage room in the house. Debbie asked me the other day, why do you keep going to auctions? It's an addiction, I think. Oh, in any case, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and come back and see us again.